Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dr. Abdul Razif bin Abdul Razak. Right, today I would like to teach you a lecture regarding about the role of culture in international business. Alright, for this course, the topic we like to focus regarding about the understanding culture in global market. Secondly, the culture dimension. Thirdly, cross-cultural business practices, and finally, the impact on management and marketing. In this lecture, we will discuss the role of culture in international business. Culture influence communication, negotiation, marketing strategy, and management practices. After this lecture, students should be able to define culture and explain its influence on international business. Explain the 8 elements of culture. Distinguish cultural dimension by Hofstede and Tom Penars. Identify sources of cultural information. Recognize cultural differences in global business practices. And explain the role of culture in management and marketing. These learning objectives summarize the key outcomes of these chapters. What is culture? Culture refers to learned patterns of behavior and ways of life shared by members of a society. In international business, culture influences consumer behavior. Culture shapes business communication, and culture also, the adaptation of culture determines the market success. Companies operating globally must understand and adapt the local culture. Failure to understand about the cultural differences often leads to the business failure. Why culture matters in international business? First, negotiation style. Secondly, the business relationship. Thirdly, the management practices. Fourth, marketing communication. And finally, consumer preferences. Companies that adapt their strategies to local culture are more likely to succeed in foreign markets. Now, what are the 8 elements of culture? First is language. Secondly, religion. Third, values and attitude. Fourth, manners and custom. Next, the material elements and technology. Next is aesthetic, which include art, design, and taste. Next, education, and finally, social institution. These cultural components influence how society thinks, communicate, and conduct a business. Now let's look at the language and communication. Language is a key culture factors in international business. This include verbal communication between each and other. Secondly, non-verbal communication. Thirdly, body language and gesture. Next, translation accuracy. Example, company use back translation in marketing messages and culture. Misinterpretation of language or gestures can lead to marketing failure or business misunderstanding. This is not very good for any business that want to venture into international business. Religion, values, and social norm. Religion influence work ethics, consumer behavior, holidays, and working hours. Next, values and attitude. Values and attitude shape risk tolerance, innovation, and customer expectation. Understanding social norm helps firms to design appropriate marketing and marketing strategies for them to be able to be relevant in the market. Next is the cultural dimension in global business. Major framework for analyzing culture. Hofstede culture dimension include individualism versus collectivism. Secondly, power distance, masculinity versus femininity, uncertainty avoidance, and time orientation. Meanwhile, Trumpinus culture dimension include universalism and particularism, achievement and aristocracy, neutral versus emotional. This framework help managers to understand the cultural differences between each countries. Cultural differences in business practices. Example of cultural differences, if you go to Japan, Japan will tend to have a hierarchy and group orientation, while China focusing on guanxi, relationship network between each party and another. Arab countries respect for tradition and social norm, while finally Latin America have strong relationship orientation. And managers of the specific business must adapt negotiation style and relationship building approaches depending on the cultural context or where they plan to expand their business in the international market. These are the sources of cultural information. Businesses learn about foreign culture through first government country report. They can access this government country report at specific agency like library and Matrade. Matrade is the agency in Malaysia. They can access anything about all the international market overseas. Secondly, international business guide. You can access this online. Academic research also from the library and online. Cultural training programs, and finally the market research and local partners. They can ask from the local partners what are the cultural differences between our country and their country and what we should do. And cultural intelligence developed through research, experience, and cross cultural learning. Culture and global management. Culture affect first leadership style, decision making process, third organizational structure, and fourth employee motivation. Global managers must develop cross-cultural leadership skills to manage international teams effectively so that their business can be relevant wherever country they want to go. Culture and international marketing. Marketing strategy must adapt to local culture. For example, advertising messages, brand symbols, product design, and communication style. Fail to identify this culture will lead to the failure of the international marketing of that particular country. Culturally insensitive marketing campaigns often fail in global market. Therefore, the country that want to venture into international market must alert about the particular culture, right? About those particular culture of the country, including the languages that need to be used, the translation, everything. We must respect the local company culture, the local culture. We must respect so that our company can still be relevant wherever the country that we want to venture into international market. Finally, as a conclusion, key takeaway: culture is a critical factor in international business success. Understanding culture differences will improve the communication between one country and another. Negotiation, easy for you to close sales, close deal with your buyer overseas. Marketing strategy, if you want to do like a marketing campaign promotion, it's easy for you to communicate with the local country based on your understanding on the culture. And finally, the global management. So each country has different global management. So for you as an international business, you must understand this culture so that you can adapt the culture based on the country that you want to venture and to open about the international business that you want to expand your business. And then companies that respect cultural diversity will gain more competitive advantage in international market. Alright, student, I hope you understand about the lecture, and anything you can please refer to the slide and understand what each of the point given regarding the role of culture in international business. Alright, good luck and thank you very much.